Steph and the Warriors. Sign me up for 7 just like this one. What a great game this was. Now, the controversial moment came early in late, I should say, in the first half. That's Draymond Green. He got thrown out. Did you like it?
Did not like it at all. Didn't like it live. Didn't like it even more when I saw the replay eventually. I think it has a lot more to do with Draymond Green's reputation than the actual play.
He got a flagrant 2. You'll hear from him in a moment. We'll get everybody's perspective. In the meantime, the fourth quarter was unreal. Jordan Poole has become such a weapon.
4 games with 25 points already in the postseason on 60% shooting. That's elite level scoring. They're able to overcome Clay struggling.
He made 5 threes. Meanwhile, Ja Morant was sensational in the paint where he always is. He had 34. How about Steph stepping back?
Yeah, Jaren Jackson was sensational, but that's just too much to ask of a big man on the step-back 3.
And then look at Ja Morant. Bear in mind, he's going left. So much of this game going with the left-hand layup. I just want you to file that away in the back of your head. Here's more from Ja going left. He would score 34. That one gave the Grizzlies a 2-point lead. Then Clay, who did not have a good night, hit a big shot.
Huge. He struggled, but man, does he have confidence right here. Great up fake. Bane goes by. 1 step to the left. Biggest shot of the night for Golden State.
Ja looking to beat Steph. Oh, how about Steph Curry with the D?
Yeah, great rake. And when I saw it live, I thought he had to have gotten hit. But when you watch the replay, that's all ball. Steph Curry comes up with the deflection. Golden State runs down the loose ball.
The Grizzlies are forced to foul. Took them forever to do it. So then Clay winds up at the free throw line. He's a great foul shooter, but he missed the first, and now he missed the second. Now, the referees cannot decide who this went out off of, even though that's their job. And then so they wind up with a jump ball. Grizzlies get it. They call an immediate timeout, and here's the play they run. It's a great play. Ja with a full head of steam. But Klay Thompson remembered he is going left. And he dives there and makes the defensive play. Draymond says, thanks for picking me up, fellas. The Warriors hold on, and they win game 1 on the road. Now, here's Draymond Green, who recorded a podcast after the game talking about the ejection.
I think tonight was probably a reputation thing more so than a hard foul. By definition, if we go through the definition of a flagrant 2 foul, I'm not sure that play would quite be the definition of a flagrant foul. I'm not sure it would meet that criteria.
That's what he said. I want to make it clear exactly how this broke down. He got thrown out of the game. He waved at all the fans. He hugged all his teammates. He didn't talk to the media. He went back to the hotel and he recorded a podcast. That was the day that Draymond Green had. So again, windy, and we welcome Big Perk for the first time this morning and the first time in far too long. Perk, just a direct question. Did Draymond deserve to be thrown out for that play?
Greeny, you know what? As an enforcer in the league, a role that I played, absolutely he deserved to get thrown out. Look, you have to set the law as some type of standard and lay down some type of rules. Listen, the man, one, slapped him across his face, okay, and then pulled his jersey down, which Brandon Clark was really kind of helpless at that point. And look, the league got to protect all players, because we know if this was the other way around and say Brandon Clark would have did a play like this on Steph Curry, you know, nobody would have been complaining, or if he would have did it on Klay Thompson. Look, we can't look at the name on the back of the jersey. All players have to be protected. And I thought at that moment that was the appropriate call that the referees made last night.
Listen, I was a big fan when I was younger of a horror movie called Invasion of the Body Snatchers. What happened to Kendrick Perkins? This is not Kendrick Perkins. This is not Kendrick Perkins. Listen, the smell test, Perk, I know how you would have reacted if you got tossed for that. I hear you. Now, listen, you got a different role, I understand, but listen, here's what I'm saying. Watching it live, and this is where I come down with the part of the officials. Watching it live, I thought to myself, yeah, the jersey grab clearly, man. Oh, they're going to look at the jersey grab. The referees on the court didn't even know he made contact with his face. My point being, it wasn't egregious enough that everybody understood he hit him in the head when he would try to swipe down and grab his arm. That's first. Secondly, define windup. He slides over, his arm is already in the air, and he just rakes down toward the ball, and really was trying to hit him on the arm to prevent him from getting his hands above his head. I just don't get where you get a windup from that play. That's just a swipe down that happens every time a guy goes to the rim. The jersey grab, to me, is absolutely the worst of the two. And I think ultimately that's what cost him. But even on that, he did try to catch him before he hit the ground. I just don't think in a playoff game it warrants it.
Perk, one more comment. Go.
Yeah, well, Lex, listen, I got thrown out of the game before for actually bumping heads with Tyreek Evans, okay? It wasn't even a headbutt, but they said just because we tapped heads and I came and made contact, I was suspended for the next game. This is before the instant replay. Anytime you get hit in the face, we all know they're going to the review board, and it's a possibility you're going to get a flagrant one. Now, all of a sudden, with the jersey pull, it didn't have to be a wind-up in this play. It's just that this guy, Brandon Clark, was defenseless. You got to protect all players. It don't matter what the name of the back of the jersey or how physical we want the game to be. This is not wrestling. This is not football. We're talking about the game of basketball. Yes, you want it to be a little physical, but at the end of the day, you still wanted to protect the players.
Let me get Wendy in here. Wendy, what did you think? And also, for the audience just joining us, explain the significance of a decision that has not yet been made.
Yeah, so why would Draymond do this podcast after the game? Well, great content for a podcast, of course, but he was making an appeal. He was making an appeal to the league office. He wants this downgraded today from a flagrant 2 to a flagrant 1, not just to save money, but also because he's aware the Warriors are in for a long playoff run. He now has 2 flagrant 2 points. You get 4, you get suspended. That is what happened to him in the 2016 finals. He did not get suspended for Game 5 back then because he hit LeBron in the groin. He got suspended for accumulation of flagrant foul points. So it'll be fascinating to see with people in both ears.
And when he sort of tries to keep him from falling down, that's the reason. The counter argument to that is the one Jay is making. Maybe Draymond has sort of sacrificed the benefit of the doubt in situations like
look,
that.
I understand reputation does play a factor in this. It plays a factor in technical fouls with certain players and everything else. I understand that. And the jersey grab, the more egregious of the two. I have a problem with the way they interpreted the contact to his face. How's that a wind-up? He slides over, his hand is already up, and he just rakes down and happens to catch his face. Jersey grab, that was not a very smart play on the part of Draymond. He did try to catch him. When you add all that up, to me, in a playoff game, he stays in the game. And like I said earlier, I really believe not one player on Memphis' team or one member of their coaching staff would have been upset if that was a flagrant 1. I think they were expecting a flagrant 1.
I was expecting a flagrant 1, to be honest with you. When I saw Draymond start, making it act like he was leaving before the announcement, I said, holy smoke, they threw him out of the game.
Here's my only thing. If you can pull the camera out for 1 second, I know we're showing a highlight. If Legs has the ball and I'm coming down and I swipe down the ball, I hit his face back, I'm cool with that, Legs. That's playoff basketball.
Right.
But if you're up in the air and both your hands are up like this and you're off the ground, and after I swipe, now I pull your jersey down, what happens if I don't catch you the right way? Yeah. So he kind of catches him when he's already on the ground. I think that's the egregious act that sends it over the edge.
Right? So here's the problem I have with that. The jersey grab, to me, should be a 1, and the slap in the face should be none. It's almost like they added them both up. They took a 1 for the face slap, a 1 for the jersey grab. It adds up to a 2, and you're going. Legs, I don't think the rake down when he caught him across the face, to me, that should not be a flagrant foul.
But, Legs, if you're the modern day Dennis Rodman, right? So your reputation does speak for you. There is extra awareness around things you do. That's what I'm saying. Draymond just has to be smarter in that situation.
Disappointed.
I agree.
Ever since you started putting makeup on and doing this job.
Makeup?
Maybe got a little soft.
Stop
You might have gotten a little soft.
What are you talking?
You're going to grab him by the jersey and throw him
I appreciate hard fouls. I'm all about that.
Parenthetically, just generally speaking, the officiating in that game was questionable.
Yes, for sure.
Listen, if you watch the first game and then watch the second one back to back, I felt like I was watching 2 different leagues. I really did. I was so happy with the way the first game was officiated. Like, thank goodness we're in playoff basketball now. Went to the second game, too many fouls I was questioning throughout the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, everyone had 2 fouls before the game even started, it felt like. So that was a little bit frustrating. All right, let me run the floor quickly through some other NBA news. Let me go. Jay, Giannis and the Bucks. We showed the highlight.